You hate government, one of them libertarian types, or maybe you just can't stand the president, gun grabbers, or warmongers. Me too. That's why I invented LibertyStickers.com. Well, Rick owns it now, and I didn't make up all of them, but still, if you're driving around and want to tell everyone else how wrong their politics are, there's only one place to go. LibertyStickers.com has got your bumper covered. Left, right, libertarian, empire, police, state, founders quotes, central banking. Yes, bumper stickers about central banking. Lots of them. And, well, everything that matters. LibertyStickers.com. Everyone else's stickers suck. All right, y'all, Scott Horton Show. ScottHorton.org is the website. Keep all my archives there. More than 4,000 interviews going back to 2003. Sign up for the podcast feed there as well, ScottHorton.org. Follow me on Twitter, @Scott Horton Show. Introducing Charlie Davis, not the cruise missile liberal always carrying water for Benjamin Netanyahu and Ayman al-Zawahiri on the Syria war, if you're thinking of that. This is Charlie Davis from SkatePAL. That's skatepal.co.uk, and that's short for Skate Palestine. Welcome to the show, Charlie. How are you doing?
Hi, Scott. Everything's fine. How's the sound? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're all right. Hey, listen,
okay.
What a great project you have here, spreading the love of skateboarding in Palestine. If ever there were some people who needed the freedom of skateboarding, it would be the Palestinians, if you asked me. But then again, skateboarding is kind of how I define freedom in the first place. Tell us all about this project, how you got invested in it, interested in it, what gave you the idea, who all you're working with. Tell us everything about it.
So basically, after I finished school, like about 10 years ago, I went out as a volunteer teaching English in the West Bank, Palestine, in a town called Jenin in the north. And after the classes, I would take my skateboard out in the street, and the kids were all mesmerized because they'd never seen a skateboard, and were like asking me if I had a magnet in my shoes and a magnet on the board, so it would stay in my feet as I ollied over things, you know. And so the kids were obviously like really stoked on seeing this new sport. So I thought, well, I'll come back with a whole lot of boards and build a ramp and see how it goes. So I started contacting some of the local youth centers and organizations to see who'd be interested. And I found one in Ramallah, which is kind of the de facto capital of Palestine now. And we started off with a really small 3-foot wooden mini ramp and had classes for like 8 weeks in the summer of 2013. And after that, obviously more kids saw it, so other groups saw it, and then we ended up working with like a bigger NGO. And then last year we got like a deal with the council in a village who gave us a plot of land to build a 600 square meter concrete skate park. So really, like every year we're getting a bit bigger, and the more kids are getting involved, and like a lot more volunteers are coming from all over the world. And it's just great to see how excited all the kids are seeing a sport which they've never seen before. And it takes me back to when I first started skating. And like the best days when I was like going on a board, couldn't do any tricks, but could like just about do an ollie or like a shove it. And that's the kind of level of excitement that you see in these kids.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And again, everybody, the website is skatepal.co.uk, and what a bunch of great pictures of these kids. And I can tell, you know, there's a couple of these kids that actually have some talent, and that's all it takes, right, is for one or two of them to be the local skateboard hero for the others to look up to, and this thing can really take off, right?
Exactly, Scott. So basically, our aim, our mission in Palestine is to not exist anymore. And I see ourselves like pulling out as like an NGO in like 2 to 3 years after like, things are sustainable enough that the scene can keep on going on its own, and it doesn't rely on us bringing over and sending volunteers. But like you say, the kids are picking up really quickly, and they've started teaching each other. And already we've seen kids in different towns like network through skateboarding to meet up and skate together. Unlike anywhere in the world. I mean, it's just such like a fun, great interactive sport that brings people together. There's no like, I'm better than you, he's better than me. It's really a community, and you can see that firsthand how much like community is growing just on the ground there.
Yeah, absolutely. We are all brothers and sisters too.
Exactly.
The skateboarders of the world. Well, what a great project. Okay, so now what about Southern California? Are they helping you out? The companies are getting involved with this or not?
Well, we have like over the past couple of years, we've been getting sort of we get some skateboards, some skate equipment from different people all over the world, some skate companies, some skate shops. But ideally in the future, we're looking for like a bigger sort of regular sponsorship from someone. And so what we're doing at the moment is we've just had launched a wheel with SML wheels. So that'll be like our first sort of collaboration with a skate company. And we're hoping that like through this we can then start hopefully to generate a bit more income so we can afford to get the boards out there. And then the aim is that ideally someone in Palestine would want to start like a skate shop and be able to import some of the things and like start selling boards on their own to get things going. But it's really hard to get stuff, to ship stuff into the West Bank. You have to go through like Israeli tax customs and then through the Palestinian tax. And it's all a bit of it's quite a lot of work to do. So yeah, we take donations from here and there, and we've like a lot of people all over the world, like in the States, from in Europe and in Britain, have got in touch and like sent us stuff. So I mean, it's great all the support that we've got. Yeah. In the past 2 or 3 years.
Well, and people need to understand too, if they don't, that Palestine isn't just a land; it's a land under occupation. And since 1967, the West Bank has been occupied by the Israeli military. They have no vote, no rights really whatsoever. Their government is, basically the prison guards who work for the Israelis. They're not answerable to the Palestinian Authority is not answerable to the people of Palestine, only to the Israeli occupation government. And they live under what is equal to or worse or, certainly comparable to the South African apartheid system, that was finally overthrown really by world boycott back in the 1980s. And that's the situation these kids are in. So if every kid in the world deserves a skateboard so they can know what it's like to be free, then these kids deserve it more than anyone else.
Yeah, you're right completely. I mean, there's not, this is one of the first things that I saw when I was out there was that there wasn't a lot for these kids to do. They were just like hanging around on the street. And obviously, life under occupation, it's not a picnic. It's like you can't travel, you can't do this. Like it's a very difficult existence. Obviously, as a charity, we have to stay apolitical and areligious. But obviously, everyone can understand that if you live in an occupied territory, things are going to be bad, and like the economy is not going to be great. Opportunities aren't there, and so that's why things like skateboarding, it can be like a really good way to get kids engaged and like. It can channel their energies into something positive and constructive. I mean, even if I'm from Scotland, and even in Scotland in the past like 5 to 10 years, the councils have seen the effect that like skateboarding has in like a village. If you go and build a skate park in like a village, obviously crime goes down, the kids get involved, and I mean all over the world, I think we've been seeing more and more organisations that are building parks everywhere, and people are seeing that skateboarding it doesn't just have this sort of counter-culture vibe, which it still has in a way, but also it's becoming a bit more accepted as people see it for all the good that it brings out in young people who otherwise wouldn't have access to any sort of opportunities or any hope in bad instances,
Yeah. Or have an opportunity to prove to themselves how good they can be, That's the thing about skateboarding is the pride of accomplishment when you progress. That's the key to the whole deal. Well, and the brotherhood, of course.
I think that's exactly right. You see people that skate, you see someone like falling on the ground, they get up and do it again, fall on the ground again and again, and there's not really anything else in life that people fall on their face on the concrete and say, I think I'll try that again. And so you see people that skate, it just like, it builds your own character and confidence as well. And one of the best moments we had in Palestine was on our second park build. And during the construction, we had some problems with the Christian kids and the Muslim kids, like having arguments and fighting together. And as soon as the skate park got built and they were skating, they weren't fighting anymore. They were like skating together, or like teaching each other. And the parents said this was like the first time that we've seen these kids playing together and not having a fight. And there's not many things such as skateboarding that would have such an effect on kids, which is fantastic to see.
Yeah. And again, kids who are basically born as ghosts with no real hope or nothing to really be happy about at all, maybe, other than just, their relationship with their closest family members. But other than that, they can look forward to being, hauled off and put in an Israeli military jail by the time they're 11, or God knows what. So, couldn't be more important than it is for these kids, I imagine. And now, I'm sorry. So 3 skate parks and you're working on more so far? Is that it?
Yeah, so the last one we did was actually our 4th construction, because we had one. We did our first 2 in Ramallah, but it was more kind of it was out of wood. It was more to kind of like build it to see how it would go. And after we saw there was enough interest and the kids were up for it, then we built our first concrete park in 2014, and then we built our second concrete park in Asira, which is like next to the town of Nablus, last year, 2015. And at the moment, we're planning to go back and to build again next year. We have a few different locations, so we're still having a think and speaking to people to decide which one will be the best for everyone. But we're pretty much 100% going to be building one again next year, in addition to continuing our classes in the country.
Great. All right, so now tell us all about how people can help, because what if somebody listening thought to themselves that they would like to send a giant box full of skateboards or trucks or wheels or bearings or hardware?
Well, we always greatly appreciate any donation of, be it skate equipment or a donation, a financial donation or anything, no matter how small. And if you have got skate equipment to donate, the best thing to do is to email us at info@skatepal.co.uk, and then we'll tell you that the best place to send that stuff in the UK, so we can give it to our volunteers to take it out into the West Bank. Also, if you go to our website, skatepal.co.uk, you can find information about our upcoming projects, and get in touch again at info@skatepal.co.uk if you're interested in coming out to be a volunteer. We have, at the moment, we've got volunteers going from the start of March to the end of October, and we're planning to have the same next year. So we do placements of 1 month or 8 weeks. So any information, or if you have any skate equipment that you want to donate, just give us an email at info@skatepal.co.uk, and that'd be great.
Awesome. All right. And yeah, everybody check out the website at skatepal.co.uk. All kinds of great pictures of the parks, of the kids having a great time. All links at the top for all the information that you need to participate and donate and everything that you can do. So please do. Thank you so much, Charlie, for coming on the show. I really appreciate this.
Thanks, Scott. It's been great.
All right, y'all. That is Charlie Davis from skatepal.co.uk. skatepal.co.uk. Go there and help. Hey, you own a business? Maybe we should consider advertising on the show. See if we can make a little bit of money. My email address is scott@scotthorton.org. Hey, y'all, Scott Horton here for wallstreetwindow.com. Mike Swanson knows his stuff. He made a killing running his own hedge fund and always gets out of the stock market before the government-generated bubbles pop, which is, by the way, what he's doing right now, selling all his stocks and betting on gold and commodities. Sign up at wallstreetwindow.com and get real-time updates from Mike on all his market moves. It's hard to know how to protect your savings and earn a good return in an economy like this. Mike Swanson can help. Follow along on paper and see for yourself. wallstreetwindow.com.